All right,
Let's
you
start out
guys.
positive, guys.
I'm not. They can only see me.
All right, everybody. Let's see.
All right. So what do? We go to the group, or we?
Yeah, you go to the group. No, no, don't go to the group. Go to the Soapbox Heroes page, and you guys should see us. You guys should see us live right now.
I ain't gonna be
Okay.
able to do mine because I'm on my phone and I don't know my login stuff for Facebook.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. You just gotta you just stay logged in, huh?
Yeah. And plus, after I have my
Remember I
stroke,
told
my
you we gonna
memory
go
ain't good, so I don't even know what my password is, anyways.
to the debate for that one. So my mom was like, "Oh, so I'm gonna wait
All
for an
right.
hour. Go there for 30 for an hour. Where for 30 minutes? What is it? Six to. They'll probably be there till like 8. But I'm only
All
gonna
right,
do.
everybody.
I'm not. Yeah.
Uh-oh, we already got some comments on here. Riverside Rob say it's light work for the guys.
Yeah, very light work.
We got
Why did
Traquan
Chris
in
get the
here. All right, everybody. All right, I'm gonna take a couple seconds to start sharing real quick. Everybody out there, can you guys hear me? Am I breaking up? Do I?
No, you're good.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Soapbox Heroes. We're about to get this debate started. I'm taking a couple minutes to invite some people. If you're already watching, I'm asking that, if please possible, that you press invite, you press share, and then you like whatever it takes. We're gonna take a couple minutes and go through this. We are now live. We are now live. Already watching, I'm asking that. I see Jay Boyd over there sitting there in his nonchalant pose before the world.
I know you've been real quiet. I just figured you was watching the game.
Yeah, I was over here watching the game, checking out this Brian. Don't worry, I'm ready.
I put my Bluetooth on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear
All
you.
right,
We can hear you.
got it.
All right, everybody. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm still going to be inviting as we go through. So if I'm looking to the side, but let's get started. Hi, everybody. My name is Tyrone Irvin. I'm your host. This is Soapbox Heroes. Today, are we going to be debating relationships? This is the battle of the sexes. We're going to get into it. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to give some answers. Before this debate, I didn't give anybody the questions in advance. I gave one question, and the only question that I'm asking in advance is, what do you what is your view on relationships? And that's or no, what's your role in a relationship? And so that's the only questions I've asked. Other than that, they don't know the questions, so we're going to get some real life spur of the moment answers that I'm asking in advance. All right, one of you guys got some feedback. Somebody got the turn your phone down as you hit an invite. And once again, everybody, if you guys are out there, I ask that you invite people to come over and watch this. Okay, ladies, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Gentlemen, are you guys ready?
I'm ready
Yes,
for a little
sir.
light work out.
Light work. All right, once again, this is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin. The way we're going to start with the ladies. They say ladies first. And so, ladies, and we'll start with you, Naviar.
Hey, Naviar.
It's
Hi,
Navia.
Lakeisha. How are you?
Navia. Hi, Navia. Well, the first question
Yes,
to
sir.
you is, What is a man's role in a relationship? And Keisha, the question's coming to you after.
A man's role in a relationship, to be a protector. Um, he should be a source of strength. And I would say provider. Now, that doesn't mean that the woman can't work, but I think that she should have a sense of security with him. Protector, provider. Um, he just sets the tone of what should and shouldn't happen within the relationship, because I think oftentimes, okay, I'm staying on what I was about to say, what women do, but I think that it's important that a man sets the tone of, okay, this is how we get down in our relationship, and not necessarily in a dictator type way, but just to set a culture of expectation.
All right. Lakeisha?
First and foremost, I'm gonna say no one's perfect. With that being said, a man's role, in my opinion, would be, as she said, would be a provider. It would also be to be, let's see how to say this. It's depending on what the relationship consists of, honestly. His role should be handling business. I kind of want to say head of household, but
Say
a
what
lot
you
of them
feel.
don't understand that.
This is Soapbox Heroes. Say what you feel. We've got time to
So I feel
clarify
like he should be head of household. I feel like he should handle the main parts as far as taking care of things, being, having that main voice, setting that standard as far as what needs to go on and what goes on and whatever. I'm going to say that for now.
All right. Jason, what do you think a woman's role in a relationship is? And John, when he gets done, same question over to you.
I think that a woman should be the peacekeeper in a household. She should be able to control the household. And when I say peacekeeper, I mean for the husband, the children, whatever it is. That's something that women are very good at. Do the household chores, stuff like that. I know that's like what I'm basically saying is, like, as far as like cooking and cleaning. I don't want to sound sexist, like a woman has to cook or clean in every relationship, but I mean for the most part, that's what I would say. Like, you have to make sure that she's on point with the household tasks, things like that. I think women are very loving and caring, and they have to bring that atmosphere to the relationship. You know what I mean? Because I mean, men are usually more more aggressive, things like that. Women are usually more gentle, and I think if a woman can bring that tone into a relationship, I think it can be a great relationship.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead, John.
In my opinion, the role for a woman in a relationship is she is the backbone of the man. So his word usually is supposed to be law, but it's a thing of her supporting and agreeing with what he wants, or they come to a mutual agreement. And as far as chores and stuff like that, cooking and cleaning, I mean, a woman should know how to cook, but she shouldn't have to do it all the time. Everything should be spread out evenly, especially nowadays. It's not like the old school where women stayed home and did everything. Like, life changed, so relationship has to change too. So men and women work now. So it's on both of them to actually come to a mutual agreement to make something work together. So it's not like, I think a man's role should be this. Yeah, a man should be the protector, the main provider. But even if still it's not providing in a way of money, it might be providing in a way of love. But he's still providing in a way that he's a man. But at the same time, you need a woman that's there that you're providing for to understand, hey, I'm doing this, so your expectations, my expectations of you, it should, hold me down, be my ride or die. And I think that's where a lot of things get lost no more. That word ride or die, or that phrase ride or die, that has become totally gone. A lot of people don't ride or die no more like they used to.
Okay. Go ahead. Was somebody has something to say?
I wanted to ask and dissect that phrase, ride or die. What does that mean exactly?
Ride or die is like you down for me. Like pretty much what we come up agreement of, it's like, yo, if I say, hey, we gonna move over here, do this, do that, you be like, oh, I'm not really with it. But if I explain for you, like, hey, just trust me in this, I got you. I'm never gonna lead us down the wrong path. Because a lot of people move across country. They don't want to move across country, but they do tell them, they make them comfort enough that, hey, if you come with me and follow in my footsteps and we do this together, you ride for me, we die together, like that. If we go and it fails, we both fail together. So we both got to pick ourselves back up and go again. It's not like, yo, we go over here, it don't work out. You like, yo, F this, I'm going back to where we came from and I'm doing my thing like that. No, you got to be there to support your.
Is Khloe Kardashian riding for what's her Tristan?
Fuck no. She's stupid. That's different. That's not ride or die. Well, his ride or die is like, yo, I'm about to go F these chicks over here. You with me, so we ride or die. Like that's a totally different ride or die. Her spirit is dying there. Like that's letting your dude cheat on you and walk all over you, and then he's saying like, oh, you're not down with me just because I F'd a couple other girls. Like, that's totally different. I'm talking about ride or die on some relationship. We trying to make this work thing where if you got a job somewhere and you told me, babe, I'm getting this job over here, so, you know, we're going to have to move out here. And I say, babe, I support you. Let me transfer my job or let me find a new job because your job might be better than mine. So, yeah, I'm going to give up everything and I'm going to put my whole total trust in you and I'm riding for you. We going over there. We going to make this thing work together. But it's not like, yo, quit your job and we moving, we leaving. My word is it. No, it's something we talk about. We come to a mutual agreement so we can make it work when we get to the next place.
All right. Anybody got anything to chime in on the ride or die? No? Are all of you guys ride or die?
I was.
I was.
I was riding till I almost died. He just rolled off.
I've been riding by myself.
All right. All right, I got a question, and I'm going to direct this question toward the guys. Ladies, feel free to chime in, and then after that, I have a question for the ladies. I got a question for the men. One of the questions that I've been getting a lot is to ask the men, why do men lie to women when they try to get women? Why? What's with the initial lies? Why do men lie? Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why. Men lie because women make us have to lie. Because you know why? A man knows what he wants. Listen, I see your face open. A man knows what he wants. A woman never. Listen, a woman never.
Hold your thought, Keisha, and jump in right after this.
Because here it is. A woman can change, right? I want a gangster. And if you're not a gangster, but you find that woman very attractive, you're going to try to be a gangster for this lady. And then in the middle of that, she's like, oh, I want a nice guy. Now you got to flip your whole script and try to be this nice guy because you already know you want this woman. So you're going to be whatever you need to be for this lady for her to do it. In the midst of that, a man has to be a chameleon. We have to change ourselves for a woman to fit in with her wants and needs. A dude, simple mind. I want a beautiful woman with a nice mind, a nice body, somebody that'll accept me for who I am. But that's never going to happen because women change what they want like clockwork. It's crazy. You got a woman, hey, she might be a dude that beat her down. Oh, so she like a bad dude. I'm not going to hit you or nothing like that, but I got to, act like I'm a bad dude just so I can get your attention. That's why there's a lot of nice guys that walk around these women for years. And after 10 or 15 years, she finally realized, like, oh, my best friend is like the nicest guy. I should have probably been with him from the beginning. But instead, he's been sticking around this whole time because he's trying to see how many different dudes you go through. Like, damn, I'm not never going to beat these other niggas. And that's why dudes stick around forever because they really love a woman enough to where they want to sit there that long.
Wait, John. Is that why men lie when trying to court a woman?
Yes, that's why men lie because women can't make up their damn mind.
And so men lie because women can't make up their mind. Lakeisha, you got anything you want to hear the truth? You got something you want to chime in?
I completely disagree. Y'all lie because y'all want to lie. It ain't because we make y'all lie. Ain't no making y'all lie about nothing. Preferably, I would.
One thing, it could be a good dude, and the only thing he don't got is a job, And the first thing he's gonna say is like, nah, I don't want no nigga with no job. And if he hear you say that, you know what he gonna say? Yeah, I got a job. I do this, I do that.
So he's making the ends fit the means. You got something you want to say about that, Jason? Jason, why do men lie to women when courting women, trying to get with women? Why do men lie?
Um, Probably because of the stereo. I mean, it's not just one answer because I mean that's vague. It could be a lot of as far as what we're lying about, what we're trying to get. It's all about what we're trying to get. If I'm courting a woman and we're kicking it, I may lie because maybe she used to ballers, maybe she's used to big timers, and I may be faking it till I make it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something when it comes to sex, and maybe I'm lying because I'm trying to get what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to do on the side, and you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell a lie. So it just depends on what type of lie. But I just think as far as the lies, I don't necessarily think all men just lie about everything though. You know what I mean? A lot of females say that and they'll say, hey, all men are liars, but that's not necessarily true though. A lot of men keep it honest, it just depends on what it is. But I mean, as far as we're talking about like what John was talking about, I mean, if a guy maybe trying to boost himself up, maybe to fulfill what you want, and maybe that's why he lies. So I mean, if you're talking about in that aspect, I mean, I would say that's why a man lies. Fake it till he makes it. But I mean, there's other aspects of lying. There's other things that guys are trying to get. So
So essentially,
yeah,
you're saying men lie so we can get what we want.
Sometimes.
exactly. That's why everyone lies.
What do you have anything to say, Navia?
I do. Two things. One, I definitely agree with Lakeisha that you lie because you want to lie, but I think that men are used to getting what they want. They think they should have the woman who is flipping the script and don't really is trying to figure things out and all that kind of stuff. So you willing to present whatever for it because you think if that's what you want, you should have it. And you're not willing to go for the chick that maybe has been your friend all this time, or you're not willing to go for the chick that don't have the exact body like you want it. And I can't even remember the other thing. It was something that Mr. Boyd said, but if I think about it, I'll come back to it. But yeah.
All right. So that's why men lie. So I'm going to ask women. I'm going to ask the ladies a question, and I'll start with you, Navia, since you were last. Do you think that women are better liars than men?
Oh, all day, all day. I think that,
We professionally.
yeah,
Exactly.
I think that,
I don't think so.
I think we're very methodical, and I think that we're a little bit more conscious of when and why. I think that men are kind of just whimsical and will do it. And obviously, everybody is different. But I think men are kind of whimsical and act on impulse. And like was mentioned, okay, I see that booty, I see whatever I see. Let me just do what I got to do to get that. So I think women will reserve it for when they actually want to do something that'll like knock somebody to their knees.
Oh,
Can I
Go
say
ahead,
something?
John.
go ahead, John.
It just depends. If like you said, a man knows what he wants. If he want to get that them butt cheeks, yeah. If you go into the club and he trying to get the butt cheeks at the end of the night, that nigga gonna lie and make himself good because he only got 2 hours to do. You know, if he trying to go for the long haul, he trying to get to know you. But as you said, like you might not want to go for your friend. You know why? She might be like a real good friend that you're interested in, but you hear her say all this stuff about dudes, like this dude, that dude, that dude. So you like, damn, she gonna think I'm another one of these dudes. So let me try to show her that I'm not. But within you showing her that you're not like everybody else, she's not even paying attention to you because she's too busy trying to chase after these other dudes that just ain't worth nothing. It's a lot of dudes out there that's worth something that just get passed over for like the sport of the moment guy for these women. You feel me?
John,
And
do you think that women lie better than men?
I, women do lie better than men, but men know when women lie. It's a BS call because we lie all the damn time. We can tell a lie. This is the
You
biggest lie.
lying
Like,
now.
like this.
You
I,
lying
I
right
had
now.
a no, I'm serious. I had a girl tell me the other day, can men tell when a woman's been cheating? Yeah, you can tell, but you're not gonna call your girl on that because that's the worst thing you can do. It's like, yo, you cheating. How you know? Because yo don't curve the mind no more. And I know another nigga been in my stuff. Like you can tell. Like you come home and somebody been to your room, you go right to your room and say, hey man, you came in my room. If you do that to your girl, be like, yo, somebody else been in here, she gonna lie her ass off. She gonna lie her ass off because that's terrible to
What
admit.
What do you
And
think,
I
Jason?
mean,
Do women lie better than men? Jump in, Jason.
yes, I have to chime in on this one. Yes, I think this has been a false statement that I always hear that women lie better than men. I don't think so. I think that women have more options than men, so it's easy for y'all to set up a situation as far as like a cheating situation or dealing with someone else or doing whatever you're doing. So yeah, you can set something up. A man has to work 10 times harder to get a woman than a woman has to get a man. So if men had women as like think about how easy it is for a guy for you guys to get a guy. 5 to 10 guys talk to you guys every day. If it was that easy for a man to get a woman, you guys wouldn't know anything. You know what I mean? You guys only know things because most of the females that we deal with, once you start dealing with them on the side, whatever, they may get emotional or they might do stuff like that. And on top of that, you guys expect for men to lie. On top of that, I think men give women the benefit of the doubt way much more than women do to men. Because in the relationships I've been in, most of them were guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty. So as far as do I think women lie better than men? I'm not gonna say they do better or guys are better. I mean, it's not a good thing to be the best to be the best liar, but I'm just saying I can't say that women are better liars than men.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Boyd? When you say that women can get, and that's my air quotes because I'm holding my phone, can get a man, are you talking about like sex? Are you talking about something, a relationship, or what are you referring to?
Yes, I'm talking about sexual wise. I mean, I think women can get sex easier and men can get relationships and marriage much easier. So I'm talking about sexual.
Even in the relationship aspect, it's like, okay, men, it is easier for women because you know what? We can't have sex until y'all agree with it, which means we got to make y'all feel comfortable enough with us to finally say yes to the yes box. But in that feeling comfortable with us, everything is not going to be. Nobody tells 100% truth. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody tells 100% truth. But a man has to tiptoe around what he actually says to a woman because if he says something that makes you doubt for a second that what you might have said before, because all women take notes, it might mess him up. He's going to throw a little white lie in there to make himself not look as bad. But if you ask a woman like how many dudes you have sex with, she's gonna lie because anytime a woman has had sex in the world that we live, if you have sex with multiple dudes, a lot of dudes like that, you're considered a hoe. But a dude is considered a conqueror. Like, oh, you got bitches. Like it's different. So y'all have to lie to make yourself seem like you're not a hoe. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm
But some
saying?
people
Like,
comfortable with being a hoe. That is so. I mean, it's a matter of y'all accepting the truth. It's not us lying to y'all.
Wait, you guys, before we go too far,
I
somebody
mean, I ain't a
define
hoe. I'm just
hoe.
saying.
Somebody define hoe because we're trying to get clarification here. And if we're willy nilly calling people hoes, what's your definition of a hoe, John?
in
Man,
today's
we all know
society,
what a hoe is, man. Stop
pretty much
playing.
No,
a
let's
hoe is a
clarify it. Now, everybody might have a different definition, so we'll go around. Go ahead, you start, Jason. What's your definition of a hoe?
Man, you don't want to hear my definition.
I sure
I
do.
do.
What's your
I want to hear
definition
it.
of a hoe? I think we all want to hear it.
uh, I mean, I mean, the basic definition of a hoe would probably be like somebody getting money for sex, exchanging money for sex. But I mean, what we're talking about is probably just a female here sleeping around with a bunch of different men. I mean, that's
A
a basic
female.
version
Hold
of a hoe.
on.
But see, that's not
What?
all true though either, Mr.
What did I
Boyd,
say?
Hold
because I've been
on.
called a
You.
hoe because I'm
Yeah.
friendly. I love to chat it up. I like to get to know people. I like to talk to different people and see where their head is at. And with me, the way I talk to people, people say it's flirting. They be like, oh, I know you probably after, so you hoe, you sleep around with this and that and that. My best friend calls me a hoe. My best friend of 20 something years calls me a hoe, but it's not true. It's not true at all. She just says you just like hoeing around. Like, no, I like to talk around, and then after I find maybe like, excuse my number, maybe like 10 different girls that I'm talking to. Out of those 10 different girls, I might find the one girl that I think like, okay, you got better qualities and you out there like everybody else, so I'm gonna go with you and I'm gonna let everybody off. But in that, everybody else takes it the wrong way, like, oh, you got 10 different bitches. Like, no, that's not it at all. I got 10 people that I'm conversating with, trying to get to know, because you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
So, what's your definition of a hoe?
Uh, a hoe could be anybody. You know? It just depends on who you're talking to. Everybody has their own definition of a hoe. Mine is like if you sleeping with two niggas in the same day, and then there's two different niggas the next day, and then two different niggas the next day, something's got to stop right now. Like there has to be a
Or
cutoff. Like you can't be sleeping with everybody.
Okay, Navio, what's your go ahead and chime in on what you say and give us your definition on what a hoe
Okay.
is.
My definition of a hoe, would be getting it in with a whole bunch of dudes at the same time, tag teaming, all of that in and out, no pun intended. But what I was going to say is hoeing ain't a problem because hoeing gives you that experience that most men want. When I look at, even Amber Rose, and I don't know if she a hoe or not, the way she presents herself, I would think she was a hoe, but she seems to own it. And nobody is offended. Everybody's like, okay, that's Amber Rose. Look at what she got. So some people own a hoism, if that was a word.
It's not, but we'll make it one.
Hoism. Go ahead, Jason.
But I think that depends on what type of person that you're dealing with, because somebody may think sleeping with 5 men, you're a hoe. Some guys might like Kim. Some guys might look at Kim K and be like, I'm about to wife her up. You know what I mean? But somebody else might be like, she's a hoe. So it just depends on what you think a hoe is, though. Because
That's true.
A hoe is pretty much an experienced person. They know they've been out there, they've been around the block, they know what they want already. Like it's just not sleeping around with people. Like if you slept with 5 people your whole life and you start having sex at 18 and you now like 30, that's not a lot. But if you like, man, since I started having sex at like 18, I've been with like almost 20, 30 people. Like, you got a little bit of a problem there, bro. Like, to me, that's too many goddamn people.
Go ahead, Keisha. You chime in.
A hoe is somebody that don't want a relationship, that don't mind sleeping with whoever, whenever. I mean, it's their choice. It's up to their discretion. I mean, anybody gonna call you a hoe, especially if you're dealing with somebody that they want to deal with. You automatically a hoe because you know their ways. It's a choice. It's a personal thing you want to be, and y'all don't get it twisted. I'm not a hoe at all. I'm just saying, speaking from what I've been learning. Hey, wait, at one point, hold on. At one point in every female's life, I don't care what any female say, they want to have a sense of being a hoe at one point in their life. They don't want to be stuck all the time. I'm not saying not that. I don't even want to say the word hoe, but every woman wants to feel like they can do what they want with who they want when they want to. But you're gonna get called a hoe regardless. I mean, it's just versus.
I think what you hit the nail on the head when you said they don't want a relationship.
Yeah,
they free to roam about the country as they feel like it. That's a good point.
Okay. All right. Now I have another question. I have a question for the ladies. Ladies, in a relationship, it always seems to be good at the beginning, and then a lot of men say, so comes the nagging. What brings on the nagging, ladies? What makes a lady start nagging the man?
Let me start this one. The nagging begins when a man portrays himself to be one way in the beginning. You got this, I'm all about my business. I do this, I do that. You're doing everything right. Then all of a sudden, you switch up the game, and this is what I call bullshit. Like you start feeling yourself want to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Then the communication starts lacking. Then the sex start lacking. Everything. I don't want to say I'm blaming the dude on everything, but the nagging comes from inconsistency. I mean, if you're gonna do one thing one way, keep it moving that way if you know it's a positive thing. Now, when you bring that negativity, that's when we're gonna start nagging. I mean, that's when I'm gonna start nagging. And I don't even like to say nagging. I'm just keeping it 100. If you're gonna act one way, I'm gonna act one. It's like a cause and effect situation. You start acting an awkward way, then of course you're gonna get an awkward, an awkward result.
All right, fellas, either one of you guys got something to say on the nagging, and we're gonna come back to you after that, Navia.
You want to go first, boy?
Yeah, I'll go first. Go. That's no problem. As far as the nagging, just thinking back in my situations that I've had before, I can't just blame the guy on the nagging. I think that women, that's your role. In my opinion, a woman's role, peacekeeper though. And nagging isn't keeping the peace. So a lot of the drama that happens in the relationship comes from the nagging and the complaining. And I think sometimes it's just because women don't keep it real with themselves. Women always think that it's always on the men. Even before a relationship, that's what you guys are programmed to think, that it's a man this, a man that, it's all a man's fault. But a lot of times, you guys cause your own drama and tear down the relationship, and you still won't even admit that you guys are tearing down the relationship. So you guys can never be, you guys are always in denial of the BS and the stuff that you guys are doing, but when you guys are causing the problems in the relationship, so you can never ever change yourself. You can never change the nagging though. So yes, there's some situations like Lakeisha said where you know what I'm saying? Some guys may have started one way, ended another way, so things started changing. But a lot of times, you could have a great guy. He could do a lot of stuff, and you guys may be nagging him. He may come home from a hard day at work, you inconsiderate, all in his ear. You know what I mean? So that type of stuff affects a man, and then it gets even worse and worse in the relationship. And then maybe the man isn't doing what you want to now. You know what I mean? Now it's more nagging. So that's how I feel about the nagging part. I don't know. You chime in, John.
Well,
With the nagging,
hold on, John. Let's let Navia. You have something to say about nagging, Navia? Do you nag, and why would you nag, being a woman?
I think any woman nags because she feels like she's not being heard. So there's a need that she's seeking that her man probably either don't want to do or is not fulfilling for whatever reason. I try really hard not to nag, but it starts to turn into bitterness, and I try to be conscious of that too. Because like I said, I have a need. You ain't checking for what I'm talking about. It's an issue. So I try to not talk too much and not to nag. Even when we were sitting here setting up for the chat, I was about to introduce myself and kind of, get to know Mr. Boyd, but I was like, let me not talk too much because he's going to be like, that's just how women do. I told her I'm trying to watch this basketball game, and she keeps talking. So I don't believe that I nag. I try to be really conscious not to do that because I know it's an issue.
All right, go ahead, John. What's your view on the nagging?
with the nagging, like she said, women nag because sometimes men don't, they're not fulfilling your needs and stuff like that. But at the same time, you got to flip that back. Are you fulfilling his needs? If you was fulfilling his needs, then he will fulfill yours automatically. But if you, like I said, women are the backbones, and Mr. Boyd said, they're the peacekeepers. So all you got to do is, if you know who you with, if you know your mate, then there should never be a problem. If you know, like, this man is about to come home from doing a 12-hour shift, and I've been home, like, let me kick something for him. When he walk in the house, let me welcome him home. Make him feel welcome to the house. But if he come in the house and the first thing you hear is, well, you forgot to take out the trash this morning, he gonna automatically shut down on you. Automatically, because it's like, she not seeing I just went to work and did all these hours for us, and then first thing I come home after hearing everybody at my job yell at me, I hear my lady yell at me, the woman I want to be with and settle down with, she just start going hard on me. I'm about to shut down, go lock myself in a room and try to chill out real quick. But instead of you being attentive to my needs, you just like, well, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Why you did that? I just heard 12 hours of this shit at work. So I'm not trying to come home and hear another 8 before I got to go to sleep. Then you end up going to sleep mad at each other. You wake up and it carries over to the next day. Everybody has to sit down. Like she said, communication. Sit down. How was your day? Oh, let me tell you about my day. But women don't think like men have feelings, I guess. Oh, because as soon as the dude start opening up to his lady, what she say? You sound like a little bitch right now. Which means like you fucking over my feelings like I don't have feelings. Like people say that, hey, if you got a dude that's acting like a certain way and women do it, stop acting like a bitch. Like, why I gotta be a bitch? And then that starts a problem. And I know women say that shit all the time. They might say it jokingly, but as a man, that's hard to take. Like, oh, my girl just said I'm acting like a bitch, so let me act like a man, and I'm just about to do my own thing. And that's where the problems start right there. Because women think men are supposed to sit there and listen to them for hours on hours of talking. And as soon as I start talking, you want to shut it down like, yo, I don't want to hear your shit because I just told you mine, so I'm free and clear. And now all of a sudden you want to be all lovey-dovey. No, he don't want to be lovey-dovey because you ain't heard nothing he said or try to understand him at all.
Yes.
All right. Anybody else? You got anything, Navia? I seen you wanted to jump in a couple times. Go ahead.
I think I wanted to go back to the women nagging. I think that men so often get comfortable. Once they pursue you, they break out all the lies. They break out some of the truth. They doing everything in their power to try and woo you into, a relationship. And then once that happens, then they aren't as accommodating and they aren't as attentive, and they just get comfortable. But they still want you to be just as sensitive today, 12 hours working for the man, and coming home and making sure you still holding them down. And it's not that you don't want to do that necessarily. Most women probably do want to, hold their man down like that, but they still don't want to feel like they being neglected either.
But at the same you just said it right now. They don't want to hear your shit after they come home for 12 hours. But look, if I walk in the house and you immediately see, maybe my face might be wrong and you know me, and you come in and be like, babe, what's wrong? If I be like, yo, she recognized something wrong, let me tell her what's wrong, and then we can flip, and now I'll listen to her, and then after that, y'all have a good night. But if I come home and you just go right at me, yes, a guy is going to shut down. It's about understanding each other and communicating. But women have to be open to want to listen to a dude. Dudes have to listen to women. If you think that's a lie, I mean, we got to listen, because you know why? We got to remember when your birthday is. We got to remember anniversaries. We got to remember the first time we kissed.
We got to do the same thing.
Hands, all this stuff. But like stuff like that is it goes both ways. But women think, oh, I'm a woman and I was taught I'm supposed to be treated like this no matter what. Like, it's not no matter what. You want to be treated a certain way, but you got to give that respect out to get that respect. Everybody want to die. Everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die.
But don't nobody want to die.
Yeah, everybody want a relationship to work, but sometimes either side don't want to put the work in to make that relationship work. It's hard. A relationship is 24/7. It's not a 12-hour job. It's
You're right,
24/7.
but I say this to the nagging part.
Problems, no matter what.
All right, go ahead, Keisha.
That's where the nagging comes from.
Go ahead, let her go, Jason, and hold your thought, Jason. We're gonna come right to you. Go ahead, Keisha.
I don't know the nagging part. I feel like women nag, and that word is just, I hate that word. But
annoying.
I feel like we nag because we feel like a sense of unappreciation. It's not about you coming home. We know you didn't did a 12-hour shift. It's like, damn, just can we get some type of acknowledgement? It's a lot of things that can go right to keep us from nagging. I mean, it's a lot of things that can go right to keep y'all from nagging. We're not the only naggers, but I mean, of course, we're gonna be seen as the nagger, the naggy, because we have the attitude, we have the emotion.
That part.
But we're not trying to. We don't just set up a nag. We ain't just finna sit here and be like, okay, he finna come in. I'm finna get right on his ass. I mean, I don't. But if you do, hold on, John. But if you not doing, I can't even deal with him, dude.
I'm sorry.
It's something I wanted to add to this, though.
Go ahead, Jason. It's on you.
Yeah. What I wanted to add was this, though. See, what women don't understand, very hard to deal with a woman. And this is no disrespect to women, but what I want to explain is there's a week in every month that you guys are a little not normal, if you know what I mean, the menstrual cycle. And you guys are not normal. You know what I mean? You guys are having emotional shifts. All kinds of things are happening. So we're dealing with these things on a regular basis, though. We're dealing with your complaints. We're dealing with your emotions. We're dealing with your life, everything you got going on. So you guys don't realize that how much men deal with. We're dealing with work. We're dealing with the fact that things aren't easy out here. You know what I mean? And women, it's like you guys just keep going. And it just pushes guys away. So I think that you guys aren't realizing that. You guys say that you don't nag, but when it's that time of the month or even before, like a week before, you guys are normal and you guys are bringing a whole lot of drama. So then once that's over, then you guys are regular. Then you still bringing drama. And then guess what a guy does? He sits back and thinks, hey, you know what? All I see is drama. All I see is drama from this woman. So what I want to do, I want to be away from this woman. You know what I mean? I'm not running to you. I'm running away from you. So I just wanted to add that. You guys need to remember that when it comes to that nagging stuff. You guys do have that time of the month, and you guys are not normal, and you know what I mean.
I don't even have that time of the month.
Okay,
you know I mean?
Okay. And before we go too far, this is what I'm getting from the two sides. The women say that they nag because they need attention, they want to be recognized. The men say that the women nag just because they don't understand, and it drives the man away. Is that what I'm getting from both sides?
Pretty much. It's a lack of understanding.
Okay, go ahead, Keisha. What am I missing, and how do we bridge the gap?
I mean, you right. I'm just you kind of sort of right. I mean, like I said, we don't practice a nag. It's a causing situation. We don't just do it just because. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I don't do it just because there's something a man is not doing that is causing his female to nag.
Or is doing.
Huh?
Or is doing.
He is doing something that's causing me to be like, can you knock that off?
Yeah, you're right. Just like that.
And that's when you call him on it. Like, hey, I feel a certain way. Because when people say, like if a man say, hey, I feel like we're not where we used to be, She gonna say, "Oh, that's because you." Instead of it's like we try to make this work. And you know what? I feel the same way because we used to do this. So what that we're doing now disconnected us from what we used to do or how we used to be. But instead, it's like you want to point the finger and say you. And when you keep pointing the finger at somebody and say you, and blaming it for everything, either he's going to shut down on you or she's going to shut down on you. You can't point the finger. It's a we situation because it takes two people to fuck something up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole understanding thing where you have to understand you with. It's a love language. If I speak Chinese and you speak English, you got to learn my language to communicate with me, and I got to learn your language to communicate with you. Like, that's real talk right there. But a lot of people do not want to take that time to try to learn their mate. They just, hey, it was good in the beginning, and they think it's going to be like that throughout the whole time. No, because people change. Certain situations come up. People go through things. But if you're not willing to listen and sit down and communicate with each other to figure out what they're going through, it's going to be a problem all the time. And like you said, it's not just the women that nag. A lot of guys nag too, because, excuse my language, a lot of niggas is bitch niggas these days. They get caught up in their feelings and caught up in that. Or they might nag like, hey, that dude was looking at you at the bar, you know him? Like, no, he was just looking at your girl. You should feel good that he was looking at your girl and that she didn't go up to him. But something that's smaller than that can cause a fucking problem in the relationship. And it sucks. And that's where nagging comes in.
All right, all right, all right. We covered nagging. That was good. I hope I'm not nagging you guys with my questions. Um, my next question, I'm going to start with the men. I'm
Hold
going
on,
to go ahead and start with.
before you start the next question,
Go ahead.
you don't have that time of month no more, Keisha.
Can y'all get a one-on-one situation with that?
Right.
Ask
We're going to keep that rolling. And the next question, we're going to go ahead and go to you, Jason.
I
hear a
have my
lot.
reasons.
I hear a lot of women say that men are afraid of commitment. Jason, are men scared of commitment? And if so, why?
Because they want to be hosts.
Jason.
Of course we're scared of commitment. You know what I mean? But we're not directly scared of commitment. We're scared of these women. We're scared to commit to these women in the state that is going on right now, though. Because back in the day, men weren't scared to commit to women, but men are scared to commit to women now. But why is that, though? The reason why is because things aren't the same anymore. Women aren't being real with themselves right now. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute.
Wait. Let him finish.
No, I said it, but you got to let me explain first. What I'm saying is this, though. Women aren't being accountable for their own actions right now. Women are just trying to blame men, and it's all the men's fault. So they're not going back and forth. It's not a 50-50 back and forth conversation. Now it's all the guy's fault. So now all the laws are are for the females. When you get married, excuse me, when you get married, when you have a child, all the laws are towards the female, and they're basically abusing the power. Not all women. These two ladies right here, they might be a different type of lady, but the majority of the women are abusing the power that the law is giving them, and they're abusing their relationship power. And guys are scared of that. Why would I put myself in a situation where I marry you and you become a psycho chick and take half my stuff, or have a baby by you and now you're irrational, we can't talk about it, and you know what I mean? And I think that's where the commitment comes from. I mean, if you want to get into the sexual part, I think that's even a whole different dynamic. I'm just talking about the commitment factor as far as marriage or just being in a committed long-term relationship. I just think that's what men are scared of. So some of the things that men are scared of in a relationship. I mean, amongst other things, but I think those are some of the big things.
What you mean the sexual part though?
Right? Fill me in.
We're gonna get to sex here real soon.
Hold on. I got something to say to Jason's what he said.
Go ahead.
It's not a matter of y'all being scared to commit. Y'all just intimidated by the women these days. It's more of a y'all see we can almost do y'all how y'all do us. Not almost. I'm gonna say we can. Y'all are intimidated to the fact that we can handle business how y'all handle it. We can go get another person just like y'all can. We can make y'all feel some type of way just like y'all can. But it's not that y'all are scared of commitment. Y'all just don't want to deal with how am I trying to say it? Y'all don't want to deal with I'm treating you like you treat me. I'm trying to
Well,
find my word.
Equality.
so
Think it's hard too.
Hold on, I
what,
forgot my
what,
word.
well, to rebut that, I say this. I don't necessarily think that men are scared of women doing what they can do. I don't think that a man thinks that a woman can do what a man can do. I think that you guys think that, and in women's mind nowadays, you guys might think that, but men don't think that. Men, we don't like you guys thinking like a woman, because you know why? Because you take away the exact thing that makes you guys valuable when you take away when you start trying to think like a man and not think like a woman. Though it's just like me. I could be an aggressive man. I could be turned up. Something happens, I get turned up. But you can be my peace. But if I'm turned up and you're turned up, it doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? It has to be yin and yang. You know what I mean? And if it's not yin and yang and it doesn't come together, then it's not right. So I'm not scared of you if you have a good job, if you're doing your thing. But what I am scared of is getting into a situation where I'm committed or I'm connected to you and you're irrational, you're doing things that I don't like, and then now I'm stuck with that. So I just think, I mean, men want to be free off top anyway. That's just how men are. You know what I mean? So when I ask you to marry me, or if I ask you to be my girl, that's me going out of my way. Like I'm gonna put down my freedom to be with you and to be committed to you. You know what I mean? And it's like I just think men are just scared of women thinking like men. You need to think like a woman.
Go ahead, Navi. I see you down there ready to explode.
Come
Because
on, Navi,
the
bring it
way
home.
the way you put it, like I'm gonna lay my freedom aside to I choose you. Basically, like it's a mutual agreement because I would have to disagree respectfully, Lakeisha, that women can't do what men do. I know that. I believe that. However, I do think that there's a certain sense of freedom and independence that comes along with having your own job, having your own place, being able to do for yourself. And so that does raise the expectation. If I can already provide for myself, say financially or whatever, there are some things that I'm seeking out of you that ain't going to come from a dollar bill or whatever. And that means you have to step your game up. And I think sometimes men don't want to step their game up.
Intimidation.
Okay, well let me go ahead, Lakeisha, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just agreeing with it.
Look, this is what I want to say about that. So if you're doing something, I need to step my game up, right? But if I'm an NFL athlete, if I'm an NBA athlete, and you're a high school diploma, do you have to step your game up? So you females always do this though. It's always these hypocritical comments though and thoughts that you guys had. See, you guys will have a great job, but you won't mess with just a regular dude with a bus pass or a regular guy who's doing his thing working in a warehouse. You guys have to have, oh, I'm doing my thing, or I got to have a guy who's doing all this other stuff. But when it's reversed though, you guys expect, oh, he got a good job, he doing his thing, take care of me, da 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 da. So why is it like that? I want to ask you that question. Why is it like that? Why do you feel like when you're doing your thing, a guy has to be up here with you, but when it's
I
reversed,
disagree.
it's not like that?
I disagree.
I disagree too. Okay, I would say I don't think that that's the majority. I do think there are some women like that, but I think if a woman feels like a man is holding her down to whatever capacity, whatever it is, she is willing to be faithful and loyal to that man. I think that when you, like you mentioned, an NFL athlete off top already has a standard of what kind of woman that he wants. And I think if it is somebody, no high school diploma or whatever, she probably looks a certain way and maybe can put it down a certain way or whatever like that.
Go ahead, John. I see you ready to say something.
Look, a dude, the whole commitment issue, a dude is scared of commitment because, now let me finish this before y'all chime in. When a woman is raised up, she is raised up to believe that she needs to find a man to support her and take care of her. Maybe if you ask a woman when she's a kid, what was you raised? Oh, my mom said find a man that's going to treat you right, take care of you, and this, that. But a man is raised up, and this is how all men are. When we commit to somebody, we are literally committing to one person because it's harder for a man to go out there. So when he gives up himself to that one person and then she turns out not to be what he wants, it's a big disappointment. Like in a marriage situation where you finally ask this woman to marry you and then y'all finally get married and shit start going totally wrong, it's going to be his fault because a woman doesn't think past the marriage. She just wants a man that's good to her, take care of her. But if you don't think about, hey, after I get married and I got to be with this one person, you have to be open to everything that person wants. You have to be able to learn that person and keep continually to be good to that dude.
Right.
But if something goes wrong, people put on their running shoes and go because they're like, I don't got to deal with this drama. I just go find somebody else. But in the midst of finding somebody else, you left all that drama without being closed, or you wasn't open and changing. It's going to be a rinse, wash, repeat type thing, or wash, rinse, repeat, however you say that. But you have to be open to hearing what is wrong with your relationship or what happened with you. Like if a dude commits to you and then all of a sudden he cheats, women don't think, well, what happened to make this dude go from the good guy he was to wanting to cheat on me? Like you have to think about that. Like that's a conversation you have to sit down like, babe, why did you cheat on me? What's going on? And then you have to be open enough to hear his honest opinion. But as soon as he says, oh, well, I've been trying to talk to you about stuff and I've been trying to get you to listen to me. Or I've been trying to get to do this, that. You be like, oh no, because I do this and that and that and that. You just gonna start throwing down a list of things that you do instead of just listening to this man like, hey, maybe there was a communication breakdown and maybe I wasn't there for his feelings that men have, just like women have feelings. Men have the same feelings. You have to be open to that because whenever you come to us with your feelings, we got to sit there and listen to it and say, okay, I take everything she had told me. I got to take it in and I got to readjust myself to make her back to where we was. But a woman, as soon as you say, why did you cheat on me? Well, I feel like I've been trying to talk to you for a minute and do this with you and do that with you and just get back to where we was at. And you just kind of brushed me off. Like it's like it goes back to the coming home from work. You have to be able to know that this man had a shitty day and you have to know how to make him feel better. And as soon as he feels better after that shitty day, it could take all of 30 minutes for you to make this man feel better. This nigga could be rubbing your feet after he had a bad day because you listened to him and you responded back, you know, like, hey, it's going to be all right. We going to get through this. It's not like, oh, you had a bad day. Well, how you think my day was? Well, listen, let me tell you about my day first. Then we can get to your shit and then we can have a nice night. But it's like the commitment. A man is never scared of commitment. He's never scared. He's scared of that rejection he going to get from his girl because she don't want to understand him.
You just said you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
I'm talking about dating. I ain't saying commitment. When people date, yes, they date multiple people because you're just dating. Not in a relationship, you're dating. You're out there playing the field. That's where the fan comes from. I'm going to play the field, and then when I finally get, who you telling this shit? When I finally get, like, to that point, yes, I'm going to commit to you because I feel like I'm comfortable enough that you understand me and that you will understand me and will continue to try to understand me. Not get to that point where, yeah, she freaky as hell in bed, so I'm going to commit to her. Nah, I can go to the club and get one of those hoes that do the same thing.
Exactly.
All right, you got something to say, Navia?
I do, because my husband says that too. Like you're either married or you're single. You're either married or you're single. So what does that mean? Why you talking about you not putting all your eggs in one basket, and then all of a sudden the woman is supposed to go from just being one of your women on the assembly line to riding or dying? Isn't there a process here?
It is a process, and that's where the dating comes through. She don't know she's on your assembly line. She doesn't know that. But you know she's on your assembly line. But as your assembly line gets stronger and your workers, like, start to do better work, you cut them off. It's sad to say like that, but you cut them off. That's why back in the day, everybody always say, man, I got a full roster. I got a point guard, a shooting guard. Like, that's how people do. You at least have 5 on your roster if you single. You at least got to have 5 on your roster. One for every day of the week, and then the best one gets the weekend. That's how shit goes. I'm sorry. That's real talk.
Wow.
You already sounding like a player, man.
No, but I'm saying, like, it's just like that. A man is not never scared of commitment. He's scared of the rejection he gonna get after that commitment. Because once women get comfortable, they get too damn comfortable. Like, they told me to be quiet a little bit. In a relationship, like, I'm not saying this. Every man has his type. Well, some people have types. So here's my thing. In a relationship, if a dude got a woman that come in a relationship looking like Holly Berry, and then she get too comfortable, and after a year or two, she started to look like Mother Love, like, how you call her on that? Like, yo, I didn't fall in love with you because, like, you know, I fell in love with your physical appearance too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that certain type of woman. But now that you had a baby and you got baby fat, like, these babies is 4 or 5 years old. Like, come on with all that baby fat stuff. Like, a man, like this. A man cannot tell a woman, hey, babe, you gained a little weight. It's time to shed some. Because you know why? That's incorrect. And women will just go off the handle. But at the same time, if your girl don't like big dudes and you start to put on some weight, she gonna tell you, babe, you put on a little weight. You need to do something about it. He gonna get up and do it. But if a dude say that to a girl, then nagging starts. Oh, you don't love me for who I am? I do love you for who you are. But I love you also because what you look like. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's certain things that men can say to women, or women can say to men that men can't say to a woman. And that's what y'all don't see either.
All right,
It's
Keisha,
always, we got to be sensitive to y'all.
Lakeisha, do you think there's a double standard in what a man can say to a woman and what a woman can say to a man?
I mean, not in 2018. I just feel like, I don't know. I wish, no, I can't. Go move on. Pass me real quick on this one. Pass me real quick on this one.
Go ahead,
I want to
Navia.
say something. Way back to what Mr. Boyd was talking about of women kind of feeling themselves because they feeling empowered and that type of stuff. I feel like this is only in response to, because, like, you heard that case of how the guy was supposed to go to USC and the woman lied about the rape case and all this kind of stuff. Like, you hear situations like that. And, yeah, I believe that they happen. But it's only in response to years and decades and generations of women not being empowered. Like, you can even go back to the Bible of how there has to be a decree to take care of widows, because if she didn't have a husband, it's a wrap. Everybody taking advantage of her. Everybody doing her wrong. And I think that's where we are now. I do think that there has to be a balance, because you can't completely just diss a woman, treat them wrong, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, after even things like child support, oftentimes, especially black men, that's a whole other issue, but black men can be, put through the ringer with situations like that in an effort to try and keep that balance. I think that it has to go both ways. It's not just the women that's feeling themselves. Men been feeling themselves since the beginning of time.
That's what we do. A man has to be stronger. Like, a man has to be stronger, like, straight up, because it's crazy. It's kind of hard to put in words because it sounds disrespectful. But at the same time,
I want my man to be strong. I want you to be strong. That don't mean you got to take advantage of me, though.
But I want to
not taking advantage. Not taking advantage at all. But at the same time, if you want your man to be strong, you got to support him so he can stay strong. But you cannot keep belittling a man and telling a man it's your fault, your fault, your fault, because at the end of the day, a man has the mind of a goldfish. The attention span of a goldfish is 2 seconds. Once you stop wanting to do that work, I'm serious. Once you stop wanting to do that work that caught him in the first place, because a man's job before he gets married is to conquer the world. Every man wants to conquer as much as he can before he finally realize, like, you know what? I had enough of this. Let me find somebody and settle down. A lot of dudes don't do that, and that's why when you get married younger and you only had like maybe 1 or 2 girlfriends and you get married, a lot of the times it may work out. A lot of times it does not work out because you have this sense like, I feel like I missed out on a lot. I'm not saying the woman, they're not like that, but a woman whole thing is I want a man to be there for me and for the rest of my life. A dude wants the same thing, but at the same time, if I'm giving up myself to you, you need to understand every step of the way that I actually gave up a lot for you. It's not the same. Like, a woman does give a lot up for a nigga, but like I said, look, a woman can also be like, you know what? F this dude, break up with him, and she can go get another dude the next day. A dude has to actually go and be a chameleon again and himself so he can get a whole nother woman. You know how long it takes that whole Think Like a Man, Steve Harvey, that 90-day shit? You know that's 90 days of a dude spending countless money trying to get your attention to show that he can support you, but in that 90 days, you ain't put out nothing, like no money. Like, I'd go Dutch. When I used to go on dates, I would go Dutch. Hey, you pay for my meal and I'll pay for yours. That way we both can contribute to this. I don't want to go out every time we go somewhere. I don't want to have to spend my hard-earned money for somebody who's not going to appreciate it in the end. Like, you taking me through 90 days, and at the end of 90 days, you could be like, I don't really like this dude no more. But in that 90 days, you got so much of my money and so much of my time and me wasting my time, and then all of a sudden, you can just pass them to the next dude. When I got to pass them to the next girl, I got to wait like a month to re-up my money so I can date another girl for 90 days and realize at the end of 90 days,
All right, John. All right, John. Let's let somebody chime in. Go ahead, Jason. You wanted to chime in?
Yeah, I just needed to chime in and respond to Novea. regarding what she said as far as me being against women being empowered. I'm not against women being empowered, and I don't think men are against women being empowered. But you guys have to do what you guys are good at to be empowered. It's not that you're not empowered. It's just that we do different things. Just like I said earlier, I could get. It could be a big fight, and I could be the Hulk and beat everybody up. That's what a man will do. But a woman, she can bring me to peace. You know what I mean? And that's a powerful thing. Peace is very powerful though. So what I'm saying is, I can't have a baby. There's certain things that women are superior than men at. But you guys are trying to be over here. It's like if I was playing quarterback and you play and my woman plays running back. Well, now my woman is trying to play quarterback. She's trying to play my position, and it's just not going to work like that. And that's what I mean when I say empowering. If you guys want to empower yourself and want to feel like strong women, then do what women do. That's why the old school ladies, that's why they could keep a man, because they did what women did, that what was powerful to women. They didn't try to be what a man did. And you guys are trying to be what men are doing, and you guys are losing. That's why you guys are losing your man, and you guys are having these conversations, is because you guys think that what empowers you is what a man does, and that's not power to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, to you, that's not power.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I'm not gonna be able to outman you because I'm not a man. I get
Exactly.
you. I'm with you on that. I'm just saying, as far as women being able to take care of themselves, to do for themselves, that I think that, like you talked about the quarterback and the running back thing, I'm saying I'm gonna respect your position as a quarterback. You gonna see to it that happens. I'm saying respect my position as a running back. I don't really know what a running back needs. I think you're supposed to block for the quarterback. I don't know what you do for the running back. I'm just saying, look out for my position and respect it just as much as the QB. What I do know is the QB gets all the love. Everybody's like, oh, we love you, QB for president. But for the running back, I can't tell you who plays the running back position. But I know a couple people that play quarterback because they get all the love and all the fame. They always in the spotlight.
Yeah,
But with the quarterback, he feeds the running back, and the running back take that ball and he makes the quarterback look good. That's what we say.
Yes.
When we hand you the ball, we don't want you to fucking run us over while we hand you the ball. You go around and run where you're supposed to run. Like, you don't run right back and put the ball back down for the center to snap it back to you. No. You take the ball and you do what you're supposed to do. You do your job. You hold your position. So don't come on my job trying to do it. You know what my job is already. I know what your job is. I don't hike the ball and hand it off to myself. No, I hike the ball and hand it to you and let you do your thing. Just like when I hike the ball, hey, if it's not your turn to run, I gotta pass it to somebody else. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying cheating. I'm just saying sometimes it's your turn to run and sometimes it's not. We need to you need to know when it's your time to run, when it's your play call, and we need to know, wait, when is my play call? Like, that's what we saying.
But you don't come out the womb knowing the X's and the O's. You gotta learn that as you grow in your relationship of where you're supposed to run, when you're supposed to run, how it's supposed to go.
But you still have to know that that's your position, though.
Exactly.
Yes.
If a running back keeps telling the quarterback, give me the ball, you ball hogging, bro. Like, chill out. Let me do my thing. This shit gonna run right. Trust me and believe that I got our offense running the right direction. That's all you got to do. It's all a trusting and believing in your dude. Again, running back, the backbone. Running backs are like the backbone of an offense. I know fellas.
Okay.
But if the running back is the backbone of the offense, once you get your running game so good, everything else goes smooth. Everything else goes smooth. But you got to be able to run in your position. You can't differ from the play that's called.
All right. And that backbone, that's a perfect segue to what we're going to get into. We're going to talk about boning. We're going to talk about sex. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to just toss this up, and whoever want to catch it can catch it. In a relationship, it seems like sex always starts off good and then it gets boring. Why does sex get boring?
Because I think sex is a byproduct of the way that you guys are relating to each other. And if I'm nagging you because I feel like you're not meeting my needs, or if you feeling like I ain't holding you down or whatever, ain't nobody going to be able to relate to each other well. And we're not going to give each other what we need in sex or anything else.
it gets boring because it gets boring because you kind of lose attraction to per se. Like if a guy ain't doing what he's supposed to do no more, you ain't feeling him how you was feeling him when he was handling business. Like it gets boring because you just not you want that excitement, but it's not available anymore.
But
Go ahead,
why
Faye.
isn't it available? It's not available because again, it goes back to you have to make this person feel wanted. You have to make this person feel needed. I'm telling you, if you make a dude feel needed, you'll blow your back out every night because every nigga want to fuck all the time. But if you keep saying like you're not meeting my needs and he's trying to change, he's trying to do it, and you keep that nagging up, it doesn't make him want to blow your back out every night. A woman has a way of belittling a man without even knowing it,
Right.
and then once you see like, oh, things have changed, like you don't take the time to ask him what's wrong. You be like, oh, you ain't laying pipe like you used to. Well, you ain't doing shit like you used to either. But I'm trying. But a woman can get mad at a dude and just like, well, you ain't getting none for a week. You ain't getting none for a month. Well, what does that solve? That's just gonna make the sex worse. Do you think after a month he gonna want you more? No, he's gonna want you less because I'm coming home every day and you turning your back on me while I'm sleeping in bed with you every night. Like that's crazy to me.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jason.
I'm glad you asked this. Yeah, I'm glad you asked this question. I've been waiting for something like this, man. So this is my philosophy on the sexual part. um, when it comes to sex. So when it comes to a man, when you make his plate, you put more on his plate than you do than your plate, right? And the kid's plate, right? When you buy him clothes, the clothes are bigger. Everything that a man does is bigger, stronger, whatever. But when it comes to this thing called sex, though, when it comes to sex, though, for some reason you guys try to give less and not more. You know what I mean? And that's why you guys have a lot of problems. I mean, when it comes to cheating, I mean, there's other factors into it that we can get into or whatever later in this debate. But I'm talking about the basic sexual appetite of a man. A man has a stronger sexual appetite than a woman because we just everything that we do is just more. But it's like, why do you guys try to suppress sex, but then try to give us more of everything else? And I think that's where it becomes a problem. Sex gets old and boring, and also some other factors too. But I'm just talking about the basic sex. Why is it that females give a man more of everything, but when it comes to sex, you try to give him less? And you got to understand that a man is gonna have to find that somewhere. If you didn't feed your man, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna start stopping at McDonald's right before he come home. You know what I mean? He's gonna start trying to get a little extra little double cheeseburger on the side, and that's what happens. So it's like if you really want to keep your man, and I see a lot of that. I see a lot of cheating posts on my Facebook. That's like the main thing that females talk about. But it's like, do you guys ever check what you're doing in the bedroom? You ever think about your competition outside of the house? What these other chicks is doing? You might be basic. You might be on some 1980 stuff, and these new chicks is on some 2020. You know what I mean? So you might be laying on your back. You know what I mean? These other chicks might be hanging off the chandelier. You know what I mean? You
But
know what
yeah,
I mean? So real talk.
Go
you
ahead,
got to be
John.
open minded because, like he said, a man's sexual drive is open. A man, we want like freaky sex sometime, but if you telling your man like, "Oh, I ain't doing that," you better go get you a white girl to do that because a lot of black women say that shit, and then he starts thinking, "Well, shit, if you ain't gonna do it, like maybe I should," or because you're not willing to learn and take the time out. Like, yo, you when you in a relationship, you're not just you're every woman out there because you got to make sure you're doing anything that you can to keep your man around because there's so much stuff out there. And then for a man, when a woman sees a man in a relationship and they recognize that he a good dude and they hear his girl nagging this nigga, you know what she gonna do? She gonna get close to your man and then she gonna go taking your dude because you're not handling business at home. You're not being the running back and running your position like you're supposed to. Every time they come up with new plays in the offense, the running back gotta learn them. So if your man come home and be like, "Babe, let's fuck on the couch," I don't want to do it on the couch. Or let's have sex on the dryer. I don't want to do it. It's cold on the dryer. Like, come on, man. Like, be open to your dude. If a dude come home and you got a kitchen cooking, and that's sexy to a man. If he see his woman cooking, he look at her like, damn, she's doing that thing. He'll try to go in the kitchen and fuck her while she cooking. What you gonna say? Stop! I'm cooking. You know what you do? You let that food burn. Because you know what? If you give it to him in the kitchen like that, he don't care. Let the food burn, and then I could order something out because it's the whole thought of a man. Like, she's doing what I like, so that turns me on. But as soon as he gets turned on like that and he interrupts you while you doing something that you don't want to do anyways, why not let him do it? And then you still ain't got to finish cooking. if you burn the food, guess whose fault it is? It's his fault. And he'll say, you know what? My bad for doing that, but you look good while you was cooking, but I appreciate that anyway. That's what he gonna say to you. I'm serious. That's real talk. But if every time your man come at you and try to have sex with you and you like, nah, and then you don't never come back around and satisfy your dude, he ain't just get unhorny like that just because you said no. He's still horny. And if you keep that shit going and going and going, he's going to end up stopping at that Mickey D's, like Boy said. Because it's a thing that you got to understand. Like, you just have to understand. You cannot tell your mate no like that. Like, real talk, just because you feel a certain type of way.
Okay, ladies, you guys got anything you want to chime in on?
It also gets boring because y'all in it for y'all goddamn needs. Like, we don't matter. Like, y'all want to get y'all look. But basically, everything John just said it's centered him. You did what you did.
Yeah.
It turned you on. It did this, it did that. But y'all don't even, think about us. Think about how we want it, how we want to be fulfilled. Like, it's not about you just catching your nut.
Hey, and in the midst of you doing what I like, I'm going to give you exactly what you like. And that's what I'm saying. When I see you doing something I like, I'm going to be like, I know how she wants that shit. And we, every now and then it's just a quickie. But tonight you get that real shit. I'm going to put it down on you.
I disagree. I think once men have women doing what they like, they think, yep, I'm the man, I'm the king, I'm supposed to get what I like. Next, what else you got?
That's you
Right.
trying to think like a man. Stop thinking like a man. You ain't gonna never think like us. You don't know what goes on up here. Just like we won't never know what's going on in your head. So.
So you saying when your woman does what she, and I'm gonna use the term supposed to, you don't feel like that's what she's supposed to do. So why would I basically try and seek out a way to reciprocate? Or are you saying when she does what she's supposed to do and she looks out for you, that you make an effort to look out for her too?
Of course, I'm always look out for her. But like this, if you come home from a hard day at work and the house is clean and dinner is cooked, like your train of thought should be like, dang, this nigga just did everything and helped me out with stuff. He about to get this pussy tonight. That's how it should be. But it's still you eat and then you go to sleep and you don't even thank him like, oh, thank you, babe, for doing this, that. Like he helping you out.
Boy, John is
like,
a trip.
Go ahead, Keisha. Jump in. What you think? Hold on one second, J-Boy. We're going to come right back to you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Keisha.
I just can't follow. John, I'm not trying to just be. I can't agree with you on what you're saying. Like, the question is, why does sex get boring? It gets boring because one person ain't doing what the other person want them to do. It's not.
Well, look, I want to chime in on that. If she just wants to hear an answer to the question, this is what I want to say as far as why I think relationships are boring. Most guys, we don't like having sex with emotions. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Y'all ain't the only ones.
But listen to what I'm saying. Our thought process is Kim K, some freak. So when we first meet you, not necessarily the looks, Kim K, but I'm just saying any female. So what I'm saying is we got this thought in our mind, like I'm gonna have this great sex with this girl, everything's cool. And then when y'all bring their emotions in, I think for a guy, I think that kind of kills things for sex just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because now if my girl's crying all on my shoulder, I had this cool chick, she was great in bed. Now she's over here whining, crying on my shoulder. Now I don't have the same. I may not look at you the same. So I'm talking about from a guy standpoint though. The emotions though, that's not what we're looking for. We're not and I'm not saying we can't make love. I'm just, you know what I mean, like a girl who's nagging me or something. Whatever.
I get what you're saying, but that comes back to, and I agree with you saying, so it has to be a balance of communication, but that comes back to women being women. Because you just said you want your woman to be a woman, not to try to think like a man. Some of it is going to have to be emotions. I've had to learn this over the years that every time you have sex, it's not going to be emotional. It's going to be some, let's just get it in and that's just it. But I also think you have to learn that a woman is going to come with some emotions sometimes. It's not always going to be like that. And maybe that's going to take some growth for her and for him. But it's going to have to happen sometime.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say, I'm a grown man. There's no way I'm gonna get with a woman and be like, oh yeah, she's not gonna have any emotions. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when it's excessive and when you guys are And when you guys are putting more, or when you're putting pressure, when you're nagging, when you come in with that crazy stuff, it's like we don't see you guys the same. We don't see you guys as just sexual. You know what I mean? My sexual drive. I'm really attracted to her. Now I'm starting to be like, man, she don't look as good as I thought she did, man. She's over here crying and whining and flipping out, doing cartwheels, doing all kinds of crazy stuff around my living room, man. And it's not the same. And I just think that that's what comes with, because think about it. Who's talking about cheating? Men are talking about women cheating. Women are talking about men cheating. So what I'm saying is, guys gotta understand what I'm saying though. Most of the people who got a problem with cheating are the women, because the men are going out here doing things because they don't like to be nagged. They don't like some of the things that's going on. But I'm just talking about even with sex though. If you're not going to fulfill a man's sex drive, and you have to know that he has a higher sex drive, what else is he supposed to do? If you're my lady, you know what I mean? And then I'm sitting here like hey, I need sex. I need this much sex, and you're not trying to give it to me. Then what's the alternative to that? You see what I'm saying?
So what is that vice versa? What is the vice versa when the woman has a higher sex drive than the man?
Then
How do y'all continue that?
come get it. That's what I'm saying. Come
What
get
kind
it.
of
Don't
guy?
make us. Yeah, go ahead,
No,
boy.
but hold on. Okay, hold on. When a woman has a higher sex drive than a man, and he feels like he can't keep up, now he's feeling some type of way because he
Oh no, I
can't
never had that. I've never
fulfill
had
what
that
she
happen to
needs.
me. So I can't
I mean,
chime in on
okay,
that
well,
one.
Look,
I never had
it's
a
like
hey,
woman.
there's some
if
out
a
there that
woman has,
can't keep up with the female. I mean, I'm not.
and
Mm.
that's when a woman has to be totally honest and tell her, like, look, I got a high sex drive. You know that. So we need to start doing other stuff. That's when, like I said, a man has an attention span of a goldfish, 2 to 3 seconds. But you tell any man you got a higher sex drive than him, and you make him want to have sex, and you do stuff that men like, excuse my language, sucking dick. You suck a man's dick, and you tell me he ain't gonna want to fuck. You do things a man like. You walk around in a room naked, and the man not gonna want to fuck. He has no choice because he's a man. No matter how he's feeling at that time, if he sees that you want that, he got to give it to you, and he gonna give it to you. That's just how it is. But at the same time, I don't want to sit there for 2 hours and then finally realize at the end of 2 hours, like you wanted to have sex for the last 2 hours. No, tell me, hey, be honest with it. Like, be honest with it. I don't want to play the guessing game with my girl to know when she's turned on and she's not, because, like I said, women are emotional, and we're not trying to get in your head and figure out how you feel at every single moment of the day. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like having sex with your man, you know what you do? Every nigga has a boner in the morning. You get on that shit, you go hard. He'll wake up and be like, oh, that's what it is. Like, but you can't have us out there guessing every fucking 5 minutes how you feel and if you want it or not.
All right. I got another question for you guys I'm going to put out there. I hear a lot that women love from their heart and men love from their head, the one below their belt. How true
I
is
love
that?
my heart, pal. I don't know what you're talking about. This wrong.
What is you guys' opinions on that? Women, do you guys feel that men love from below their belt? And men, do you guys feel that women strictly love from their heart?
I don't think women strictly love from their heart. I think along the lines of what we're talking about, thinking like a man, women have wised up to know that you can't just wear your heart on your sleeve because you can't trust everybody, and not everybody is going to have your best interest at heart. I think that men are really easily manipulated by sex. So, like the term, don't trust a big butt and a smile. Well, I think now men are starting to learn that a big butt and a smile is just a big butt and a smile. It never said that big butt and a smile is going to be faithful or whatever else. But I think that they think if it's a big butt and a smile, then I'm supposed to be able to love that and she's supposed to love me in return. But that's just not true. I think men get caught up in what they see in the sex, and that's that.
Who told you that? Don't no man trust no big butt and smile. Every man want to fuck a big butt and smile. That's it. That's simple as it goes.
No. I'm saying the reason why BBD would make that song is because at some point people was trusting a big butt and a smile. I think that men were thinking, all I gotta do is just have a woman with a big butt and a smile, a woman that looks good, and that's enough. She gonna hold me down. But it's not true. You can't just think with, your head. You have to be a little bit smarter and wiser to know that a big butt and a smile is not enough. But that ain't the first reaction, in my opinion, that men take. They want the sex first.
And what do women want first?
Understanding,
Order.
communication.
You ain't mean nigga in the club. You ain't meet no nigga in the club talking about I won't understand it.
I don't,
Come
I
on
don't,
now.
I don't do niggas in the club. That's where you can correct yourself right there. I don't do niggas in the club.
I hope
We
not.
we
It's
don't. I
kind of
mean, I'm not gonna say I don't want the sex, but damn, it gotta come with something else that's more beneficial. It's not gonna always be about sex. That's not what a relationship
okay.
is based off of.
And that's the
If
same
that's
thing
what
with
you
us.
want, then you just gonna be a hoe and let
When we
yourself be
see a
what you
woman
are.
too, we don't just want the sex. We want it to be beneficial to us. But if you meet a woman and say, I don't mess with niggas that don't got cars or do this or don't got this and that, like at that point, all we want to do is fuck. So that's where the lying comes from. Back to what we was talking about at the beginning. That's when niggas just want the big button and smile. Like people who just want the big button and smile, they just want to fuck you, pretty much, or they just want you to look good on their arms so they can make them look better. A real nigga is gonna get to know you and talk to you and get to know who you are, so he can get that attraction to you to make you want to have sex. But it's not every dude is not the same. There's dude out there that just want to have sex, and there's dude out there who want to have sex, but they want to get to know the person first. Because without knowing somebody, like it's just busting a nut. So like it's different for everybody, but at the same time, like women think they know men so well, and they don't know a damn thing about them. It's very easy to keep a man happy.
Are
Very
you?
easy.
Wait,
That's a
wait,
fuck
wait.
up cook for.
All right, you go ahead and you tell how to keep a man happy. Jason, I'm gonna ask you the same thing, and then women, I'm gonna ask how a man keeps women happy. Go ahead, John, and then you next, Jason, and then we'll go around swing to the women.
I can't speak for every man, but if it's me, I don't want to hear your nagging if I'm out there trying to do for you and trying to make you feel good. I want you to understand when I'm doing stuff for you, I'm doing it out of love for my heart and out of my like my adoredness for you and so but I want you to reciprocate that back. That's how you make me happy. Nagging, talking, this, that, oh, you don't do this, you don't do that. That's not gonna make any man happy, but if you realize the stuff that I like, it might be just three things that I like. If you do those three things for me, there's nothing beyond this world I wouldn't do for you. But it's the point when you tell me like I ain't doing that, and I see like damn, like you really not gonna do that. And it's so simple.
What are those three
Like damn,
things?
that don't nag me, suck my dick and give me some ass, and you can have whatever the fuck you want. That's pretty much it.
Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
Okay, so am I answering the which question am I answering? Am I answering? Sorry
We
about
will.
that.
What would it take for a woman to please you in a relationship?
If we're talking about me personally, number one is the attitude, man. I can't deal with a woman with executive attitude, man. Talking about getting aggressive, doing all that other stuff. I don't like being nagged, and I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for all men. Just like John said, I don't like being nagged, and I need my sexual needs fulfilled at all times. You know what I mean? Period. I mean, that's basically because you got to remember, a man doesn't necessarily need a woman. Just like there's like how women sit here and be like, I don't need no man. Yeah, okay. But I'm talking about when it comes to a man, what does a man really need though? A man doesn't really need anything. There's only a few things that a man needs. So you need to get and understand what your man really wants. You know what I mean? Like females, you guys try to take a guy and try to tell him what he wants. Oh no, you don't want sex, you want this. Oh, you don't want sex, you want that. This is what I want. I want a woman who's wholesome, who can keep the peace, who doesn't have attitude, and can fulfill my sexual needs. Those are the basics of a man. Once you can do that, then you can start working and doing other stuff. But it's like women just keep trying to tell you what you want, and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? And I understand women. I know they want more than just sex. I'm not just saying, hey, we just need to have a relationship and it's just that. I'm just saying, hey, you're sitting here going through my. You could be sitting here going through my phone, tripping on all these other females. But when was the last time you put on something sexy though? When was the last time you tried to find out what I want? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you females just go to the end results and be like, oh, all this stuff happened to me, but you're not thinking about what happened, what's going on prior to that. You're not doing what I want you to do as far as me being attracted. And I'm only bringing this up because what are all females talking about? Cheating, things like that. So sex is a big issue. So you guys have to really think in your mind and think about what I'm saying though, because this is a serious issue that, you know what I mean, hinders relationships very much so. So as far as me, those are the things that would make me
No, we're still going.
All right, Keisha. What would make you
Pretty
happy in
good
a
actually.
relationship?
Let's see. Just poke the head around.
What would make me happy in a
Yes,
relationship?
yes. What would make you happy with a man?
The camera right here.
Just knowing that I can properly communicate with you. Like if we can't, I feel like communication is so serious. If you don't have that, you're not gonna get nothing else. Like you're not gonna be able to bypass anything without being able to communicate with somebody. I mean, any relationship is based off of communication with your significant other, friend, family, anything. But that's like the main thing that I say. That's one of the main things I say will make me happy. Now, as far as I want my needs fulfilled, not just sexually, but mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Like, be there for me like I'm gonna be there for you. Because if I'm gonna ride for you, I'm gonna ride for you. I'm not gonna sit back and just let you just hurt yourself. I'm gonna
Right.
be there with you. I'm not. I might nag every now and then or something like that, but it's not to make you just run from me. Like, keep me happy like I want to be happy. Want me like I want to be wanted. Like, I want you to want me like I want you.
All right. What
Plain and
about you,
simple.
What about you, Navia?
Yeah, I can agree with a lot of things that have been said, but the emphasis for me is just somebody to hold me down. I think that people in this world can be so fickle. Sorry, y'all, I'm driving. People can be so fickle, and so I want to know that my man got me. And loyalty is big. The whole cheating thing that we've been talking about is big. I don't want to feel like you out here. And I know it seems like flirting can lead to other stuff, but I just want my man to guard himself when he's dealing with other women, and I want to feel like I'm his number one.
And
All
only
right.
one.
I agree.
You guys, everybody agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with them. And
And
communication.
or
I should have
at
added
least is
that.
everybody done with their thoughts on that?
I, hey, you know I could. It's like this. What y'all just said. See how easy it is to get everything mixed up. Everything both y'all said was more emotional. Ours is physical. If you give a physical out, your emotional needs will be like met for sure. It's not a problem. But if you want something, you need to not beat around the bush. A woman will just sit there and just talk about something and something and something, and her dude be sitting there thinking like, I don't know what she's talking about, what's going on, because I've been doing all this stuff. Instead of getting right to the point where, hey, babe, for the last couple of nights you just been coming home and going to bed and not really spending time with me. Just say that. Just say that. Because a dude, even as tired as he is, if he hear his girl say that to him, he'd be like, okay, I apologize. I have been a little tired lately. You know, what's going on? Let's talk about it. It's the whole talking thing that women is like, I want my man to play a guessing game of what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm not Nostradamus or Miss Cleo. I don't read minds and I don't tell the future. So you need to speak up and be honest and open. Communication is key. And a lot of times women don't want to do the communication. They want the man to figure out what the communication problem is. But we can't. We're men. Our mind doesn't think like that. Mind of a goldfish. Like, it's that simple. If y'all just say what the hell is wrong with y'all, we wouldn't have to guess and there would be no fucking problem.
Go ahead, Jason.
Can I? Yeah, I wanted to chime in because I'm watching the messages on the live feed right now. So they made my point. So my Keisha Payton, she says, please fix Mr. Boyd's mindset. And there's also another message. There's also some other messages. There's also some other messages talking about this, but that's exactly my point. Tyrone asked me, what do I want? What do I want personally as a man?
Exactly.
I tell you exactly, guys, what you want, and then the women come on here and say, I need to fix my mindset. So once again, exactly my point. You tell a man can tell a woman what he wants, and she'll go and try to twist it up and try to make it into what she wants. And that's what the whole point about women. You guys have to understand your man. You have to understand what a man is. A man is not a woman. A man does not have the same emotions as you. He doesn't think like you. We're totally different. Because if you guys was really thinking like a man, you guys would be totally different because men think completely different. I respect a woman's thoughts. I think women are very intelligent. I think women are very, very beautiful. And it's great when you have a great woman. But you guys have to realize that men are not like you guys. So you guys can't think like, oh, I'm emotional. I want him to be emotional and lovey-dovey and do all this other stuff because it doesn't work like that. We're not like that. We're not built like that. God didn't make us like that. So I just had to point that out because that made exactly my point. Fix my mindset? No, honey. Fix your mindset because your man probably ain't happy with what you got going on. So you need to fix your mindset. You need to fix your mindset and find out what your man wants.
Oh,
You,
don't be sighing.
you
Don't be
got
sighing
some,
on my boy.
you got something you want to throw in there, Keisha?
Now he just talking about somebody. I know. I just felt some type of way.
No, it wasn't no.
She was like,
That's no
she was like,
disrespect.
girl, why you do?
I wouldn't even put her name out there. I was trying to be cool. That's why I threw her name out there. It's no disrespect at all. She's cool.
All right. And okay, now let's move on. I'm going to ask a question for everybody. How important is money in a relationship? Because it seems that nobody wants to admit it, but it seems like a lot of relationships run into problems due to the fact of one person not making any money. So while one person in a relationship is doing bad, what's the responsibility of the other person in the relationship? Let's start with
Not John.
Navia. Let's start with Navia, not John.
The responsibility of the person, I'm going to say broke person for the lack of a better term, what's their responsibility in a relationship? I think to be honest with what they need. I mean, I think if you know that you can't bring nothing to the table financially, then you're going to have to make up for that some kind of way. Because the person that is making money, they, taking care of business however they taking care of it. So maybe you doing a little bit more with the kids or around the house or sex or whatever the case is, you're going to need to carry your weight some kind of way.
All right. Anybody else? What you think, John? He can go first, Keisha. He go in second.
I agree with that too, and in a manner. But a lot of girls be like, "Oh, I got a broke dude. He ain't got no job." But at the same time, he might be bringing something else. You ain't had to take your car to the auto shop in years. Yeah, he might know how to cook. He might know how to clean. Like, yo, that's a job right there. He's contributing. He's taking a load off your back because you might be the one that's the breadwinner. But at the same time, to hold somebody down, y'all might have both gotten into a relationship where both of y'all had good jobs. One of y'all might lose a job, and then, you got to pick up slack other places, like Navia said. But you got to understand that that's in your mindset where I know I'm not contributing as much as I used to. So now that it's a money issue, let me try to cut down the money. But you can't not have a job in your relationship, but you hitting the club every night. Or you going out with your boys all the time and not spending no time with your lady and showing her that she's appreciated. Like, that's how you got to think about it, though. But that's in an individual's mindset. They got to be mature enough to know, hey, right now, you laying on your back doing nothing, bro. So you need to get up and make her still feel special, because she don't want to go out and work if you ain't got no job, because that's not really her place to be doing that anyways. But in this society, if that happens, it happens. Like, if a woman don't got a job and she's sitting at home all day, now you have just become the homemaker. Same as a man. Like, I was off work for like 9 months one time, and I felt like shit because I was at home. So I became the provider at home. When she come home from work, she ain't got to worry about the kids. Dinner is cooked, the house is clean, and stuff like that. And then when I felt like, yo, I can't do this household shit no more, I got to go back to work. I got up, and I was off of work because of certain reasons. I got up and went back to work and started providing and still doing the stuff that I was doing when I was at home. And when you do stuff like that, it'll work out in most cases if the other person understands. But it's an understanding from both sides. Like, hey, I don't have this, so I'm going to contribute this on top of what I don't have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just in a mindset of a mature person to realize that, hey, right now you the back burner on this relationship, so you need to get back up in another way.
You got something
I
you want to
actually
add
agree
on,
with
Keisha?
you. I actually agree with him for the first time. Yeah, everybody clap, goddamn, because John been tripping. But anyways, I feel like, if one person making the money, either it being the man or the woman, that other person should just acknowledge it and just kind of roll with it, but don't get yourself too comfortable and I can't stand when people get comfortable in their ways of just sitting back and watching one person do one thing. Like, that's not right. That's not a relationship. Like, if you're going to do that, you might as well be by yourself and do your own thing. But when you're in a relationship and one person is bringing in the money and handling all the business or, financially handling whatever needs to be handled and the other person just chilling, it's going to make that other person feel some type of way. Hence, it's going to cause the nagging. That's a guarantee. I mean, it's,
now, that part I agree on. The nagging part on that, I do agree with the nagging on that. Because at that point, but the nagging has to be in a motivational way. Like, okay, babe, you've been off work for a minute now. Like, we need to do something because the money situation is getting tight. Because the number one cause in most relationships these days is the money problem. Because the cost of living is crazy. So you have to come to an understanding. But there's a way to tell somebody that without, well, you need to get your ass up and do this and that and that and that. Like, that's just going to make a dude keep shutting down.
Okay,
boys
but if you start out nice and say, okay, babe, let's help you find a job, let's help you do this, whoop the whoop, and then he's still sitting on his ass chilling, he's just comfortable because he know the business is gonna get handled, or vice versa. The girl sitting on her ass, she just doing whatever she want to do. She being
But
spoiled, she being taken care of, and she not bringing nothing to the table. I mean, it's gonna make somebody feel some type of way, regardless of the
it is,
situation.
but it's a
Wait,
way to tell them that. It's a
wait, hold
way
on.
to actually tell them if they don't want to get up and do nothing at all, then that's your time to cut it off and be like, yo, this ain't
Right,
working for me. Not
Go ahead.
right.
continue in that. But if you
Go ahead,
choose to
Jason.
continue in that relationship, then that's your fault.
Go ahead,
what,
Right.
Jason. I
what
know you want to chime in.
John basically said what I was about to say because I'm in agreement. I mean, I agree with Lakeisha on basically what she said. I mean, I'm not really in disagreement with her statement. I just think that there's a difference between being broke and being a bum or bummy type person. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't distinguish that. You know what I mean? Because a bum, that's a lifestyle. Being broke, that could be a short term situation. I could have lost my job. I could be down and out.
Right.
So what I'm saying is you have to distinguish those two things because if you have a bum type dude, he ain't never gonna do nothing, and you have that choice to keep going moving forward with him or getting up out of that situation. You know what I mean? And I feel like even though you say that right when you meet somebody you may not know, there's a lot of red flags that come across as you're dealing with somebody. So you see those things. So I'm basically in agreement with everything that everyone said. You know what I mean? And I don't think that one person should be like, "Oh, I'm making money. You ain't making enough right now, so you ain't nothing." I think it should be a team situation when it comes to that. But like I said, you have to distinguish a bum type dude or a bum type female and a broke or a bad situation type female that you can help because behind every good man is a good woman. You know what I mean? So a woman can help a man be better if he's willing. But if he's unwilling, then you may have to go back to the drawing board and see what you want to do with that. You know what I mean?
And I agree. And sometimes, I mean, I would never say that. I don't know, with my personal situation, I've always been able to make money. I mean, it is what it is, and I've been able to hold down a situation with with the whole relationship. But it's just like, damn, if you just want to just sit there and just be so comfortable, and because things are gonna get handled, it's gonna cause a problem eventually. It's not gonna last forever unless you just with a gold digger or something like that. But it's teamwork.
one thing,
Teamwork. A relationship is teamwork, regardless however you see it. Somebody doing this and somebody doing that. You got to pull each other like evenly. Like be there for one another regardless. I mean, if it's money, if it's handling the kids, if it's handling, you know what I'm saying? Just have that communication and understanding with one another.
All right, you guys, look, we're running long on time, so I'm going to ask one more question and we're going to wrap it up. We could go at this all night, but I know everybody got something that they have to do. So the last, well, I do.
I do.
And so
Shit.
the last and final questions here on Soapbox Heroes. Everybody go ahead, share, like, make sure you tune in to the next one. The last question is, why do men cheat? I've got that question asked more than anything. I'm not saying that women don't cheat, but I'm asking why men cheat because that is the most prevalent question that I have got to ask all week. It's John, you long-winded. Go first.
And my thing is just like I said, a man deals with stuff in different ways. If he's trying to get his woman to understand something, she doesn't understand it. It might not even be a physical cheat. Sometimes a man just wants somebody to listen to him, but then sometimes that may turn into a physical cheat, where you might be trying to get advice from a woman at your job or something like that on, hey, how do I get my girl to do this because we having this kind of problem? And as that goes on and she's giving you advice, she's also listening to what you're saying to her, like, oh, this is a good dude. He's actually trying to get it to work. And she's not understanding because he's been talking to me about this for months. So at that point, that's when she starts trying to make a move on you. And once she starts, like, because the man, like I said, the man ain't too smart sometimes. He doesn't realize that as he's asking advice from this woman, he's taking notes of what this man needs. And she comes up with those needs. And then all of a sudden it turns into from going from giving him advice to, I'm about to take this dude from this woman that don't appreciate him. And that's kind of how it happens because side chick's doing what the main chick not doing. So if he sees that, he might still have emotional feelings and love for this woman he with, but at the same time, the side chick is giving him that stuff that she doesn't want to understand and give him. So I'm gonna just leave it at that since I'm that long-winded.
No,
but
it's fine. John, so you could love a woman that you cheat on?
Yeah. Of course. It happens. Like it happens. It might not be a continuously cheat. It might have just happened at one time. But after you do it, you like, damn, I didn't try. I was trying to fix my relationship, and now I've put another knot in this belt where it's going to cause a problem. Now, how do I tell her that? And if you go to your wife or your wife or your girl and tell her like, yo, I messed up. I was trying to ask for advice, and it turned out totally different. She's not going to understand. She's not going to hear the reason why you cheated. She's going to hear you cheated. You don't care for me. You don't love me. And that's where the problem starts, where he's like, it's not even like that at all. It's just that I'm trying to talk to you and you're coming back at me like this. So that's kind of why it happened, you know, but it's all about understanding the communication. Like we said before, if you're not willing to communicate and understand each other, then it's going to be problems like that come up, because there's always a woman out there looking to steal somebody's good man. And in the process of stealing the good man, you just turn him to the next dude, the last dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's where everybody gets these kind of things like every man cheats. Not every man cheats, but every man doesn't want to cheat. But sometimes that shit happens, and it doesn't happen on purpose. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that have emotional cheats. It might not be nothing, but you find more comfort in sitting with this lady and maybe talking to her over dinner than you would your own girl, because your girl does not want to be open to listening to your nagging and I got feelings, because men have feelings just like women have feelings, but you just have to be open to hear the truth and understand, hey, I understand what you're saying, and maybe I have messed up in that whole, you know, situation like that.
I want to hear Mr. Boyd real quick before I say something.
Why do men cheat, Mr. Boyd? And Keisha Payton, I see you on here. Let me know. I can add you. Go ahead. Why do men cheat?
Well, before we get into why do men cheat, I want to know what age group that you're talking about men, because to me, I don't look at all men as just men. I look at, you know what I mean, when you're in high school, you're still an adolescent, and then maybe when you get out of high school, you're a young man. So I looked at the study, right? So a woman's brain fully develops at 21. She fully matures at 21 years old. A man, he doesn't fully mature until he's 25 to 26 years old. So how old are these guys that you're talking about? Because don't tell me that some 22-year-old guy is cheating on you, because guess what? That's what they do. That's what a young guy's gonna do. He's trying to fill that void. Just like you said, at some point, every female has that little time period in their life where they kind of want to have that little freedom and do whatever they want to do. Same thing with guys, but it's a little bit later than women. So when you're talking about men cheating, I'm talking about grown men. I'm talking about late 20s, 30 years old. I don't think that all guys necessarily want to cheat. I think that there's something that's not being fulfilled in the household when you're cheating, because you got to remember, you guys, let's just talk about orgasm. You guys may orgasm 6 times in one sexual encounter. A man, 1 time. So he may not be fulfilled, and you're sitting over there chilling like, oh, I'm good. And he's not fulfilled. So maybe he made one. Oh yeah, for sure. This is from a man though. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if you tell me something about a woman, I'm gonna respect that. So just understand this is how a man. So I'm just throwing that out there. So at the end of the day, I don't condone cheating, because if you're in a committed relationship, you should be committed. So that's one of the things that I see. The age of the guy that you're dealing with. When you're dealing with a grown man, he's a little bit more serious. He's a little bit more has a little bit more things going on. So he's probably not out here running around trying to cheat. So if you're dealing with these little young guys and you want to talk about that's men cheating, that's not what I see as men cheating. I'm talking about grown men. And another thing is, I think women push men away way more than they realize. Because you got to remember, when you're dealing with a man, you're dealing with straight ego. You know what I mean? So female, so your man, so think about this though. When your man's coming up, he's dealing with his ego. So if another guy comes up to him and is like, man, you a little punk, man, you a little weenie, what's a guy gonna do? He's probably gonna punch that guy. But when a female does that, we gotta sit back and take it and do things like that. So what I'm saying is, you might be down in your guy, you might be touching his ego, not realizing it, and he might not even be feeling you. But females think that just because they exist, they deserve the best, they deserve this and that. And things don't work like that. You know what I mean? You guys don't deserve anything. You guys have to work for stuff just like men. See, men come up having to work for things. Women don't come up like that. Women come up thinking they deserve things. You know what I mean? So when it comes to your man cheating on you, you don't deserve for him not to just cheat on you just because you just woke up that day. You have to go out there and put yourself out there. Shoot, wear some sexy shorts. hit him up, give him what he wants, whatever. So I'm just saying, if you want a guy to stop cheating, then deal with the situation. You know what I mean? Stop just saying cheating. My guy's doing this, my baby daddy's doing that. What are you doing? What are you doing to better that situation? What are you doing to keep your man from looking at all these other women? Because you got to remember, you women are part of the problem because you women, what do? You guys dress up, you guys put on makeup, you guys go out and wear some booty shorts, and you guys tease us from junior high on until we older. You guys throw it out there. You guys throw it at guys all the time. You guys tease guys all the time. It's out there. So you got to remember your competition. You got competition out there. You got a girl out here that'll do everything that you want, and she got some short booty shorts, and you at home nagging and talking mess. See what I mean?
You said a girl. You got ladies, girls, women. You got, like you said,
Women,
age. I mean,
sorry about
it
that. I
makes
know
a
I went
difference.
everywhere with it.
We
All right.
meant.
I meant
We meant.
women. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm just
Navia,
saying.
you
Every woman don't portray themselves like that. I don't.
you got something you want
And
to
what?
add, Navia, in
Say that
your
again, Keisha.
estimation?
I couldn't hear what she said.
What'd you say,
She said
Keisha?
I
I
said
said
something
every
wrong.
woman doesn't portray themselves the way that you're describing. You know,
But I'm not
we
talking
gotta.
about outside the household. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about inside. You know what I mean? Like in your own bedroom. Like throw something
Oh,
sexy on.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah. I don't mean
specify
like
that.
you. Huh?
Okay, I got you now. I got you.
Yeah. I don't mean like outside and walk around.
Go ahead, Navia. What are your thoughts on why men cheat?
I think that men cheat for the most part is because of what Mr. Boyd just said, and even some of what John said. I think it is straight ego. I think that it's self-serving. I think they could be in love with one woman and cheat with another one, and they don't want to leave the woman that they love, and they don't want the woman that they love to choose to leave them. I think that it's a choice that they make, and sometimes, and for the term can't help themselves, I do believe that men just kind of give in to their own desires because they're used to being satisfied. They're used to getting their needs met. And I don't care if you the sexiest of the sexy. Okay, so I am a heavy set woman. I'm a bigger woman, but I feel comfortable in my own skin, and that's because over the years I have seen the Mariah Careys, the Janet Jacksons, all these women that I look at that I think are gorgeous, and they definitely sell sex. They got it. They pow, but they can't keep a man. They can't. They men ain't necessarily faithful. They ain't all of those things. I don't think you can't be sexy enough for a man to not cheat. He just gonna have to make that decision on his own.
Yeah, and a man cheat because he want his cake and want to eat it too. I mean, it just is what it is.
That
I mean, it's
part.
not.
That part. That's all.
Please don't say that.
But
Because
if I'm
let
not
me tell you
getting
something
what I
about that
want,
saying. That
You
saying that
just
you
you
just
cheat
said.
because you choose to. I mean, ain't nobody
But
forcing you to go out and cheat.
but that whole saying, a man want to have his cake and eat it too. Yeah, if you give me a cake, I want to eat it too. Like, what the fuck you gonna give me a cake for and I can't eat it? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it really
You
doesn't
know
make
what
any
I mean,
sense. But
John.
at the
You
same
want your
time,
woman at home, and you want to be able to go out and do what you want behind
then
closed
that
doors
means he
as
want his
well.
cake
That's what I
and ice
mean. I know
cream.
you can't say
That
damn
means he
cake.
want his cake and ice cream.
Oh
But
Lord.
at the same time, what Boyd said was a girl won't dress up sexy for a man at home, but if her girls call her like, let's hit this club, she gonna duddy herself up and get out the house, and he gonna be like, yo, I asked you to dress like this
Hold
for me all the time, but you can't do it, but
Y'all
you
do
gonna
that
go out to
too.
your girl and show it off to the other niggas. But a dude would always try to keep himself fit for his girl. If he know his
No,
girl likes a certain look, he
That's
gonna
not
keep it.
true.
If
That's
you know,
not always.
see,
That's
to
not
the time,
always.
if he's not, if when he get too comfortable, when y'all both get too comfortable, yes, sometimes both of y'all might let yourselves go a little bit. But at the beginning, you attracted to that physicalness, that mentalness. Hey, he caught your attention by something, just like you caught his attention by what you was doing.
Yeah.
But in a relationship, once you get too comfortable, you like, oh, I'm gonna just slack off a little bit. I used to go to the gym 4 days a week. Now I'm gonna just cut it down to one. And cutting it down to one is a lot. Like I'm just saying, like I like all women. Like I don't discriminate from nothing. I go for a mindset. If you can stimulate me here, because I like thinking and I like talking. If I can have an intellectual conversation with you, I don't really want to fuck with you like that. And that's just my thing. Like if you know I'm a talker, then you always got to be open to what I like, even if it's a dumb subject. Like just talk about it, just to entertain me, because that to me is a turn on. But it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to understand that and you don't want to keep it up. Or like when I met him, we used to talk about all kinds of stuff, but I don't feel like doing that no more. But you know what I'm gonna do? I gotta find somebody that like talking. So I'm gonna go out and talk to somebody, and in the midst of that, I'm like, damn, I didn't talk to this girl that's sexy as hell. Now I gotta try to like keep myself away from her. But at the same time, Steve keep coming at me, and I'm going home trying to talk to my girl, and my girl keeps turning her back on me. And then I'm like, maybe I'll just talk to this girl just to fulfill that need. And that need might go to from being just a conversation to physical, not on purpose, but it's because you're getting rejected from the person that you're trying to get it from. And that rejection is somewhere else. Like a lot of women will fill the car up with gas, put their man in the passenger seat, drop him off at another girl's house, and get mad when he fuck her. And I'm not saying physically, I'm just saying, like, they push him away so much that they push him into this other woman's arms. And that's a real stand. You push your man away into this woman, so you won't have nobody to blame but yourself. But they don't want to take that accountability of what their part was in that whole cheating situation. And a woman does not want to hear the truth. That whole, I just want a man to be honest. No, you don't. Because if a man is...
I got to tap out, y'all. It was real. I'll see y'all, okay?
All right.
Bye.
Yep, and we're going to close it out. Goodbye, Navia. Thank you for participating. And hey, on that note, I want to tell everybody thank you. This is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin. John, Jason, Keisha, thank you guys a lot. You guys want to go around, Keisha, you want to tell people where to find you, or you give people your information, your social media information?
What is my social media information? Shit. Lakeisha Morris. My name is Lakeisha Morris. That's LAKESHIA Morris. Holla at me. All social, except Twitter. I don't got time for that.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
Oh yeah, well I'm not gonna do no shout outs as far as my social media. I just wanted to tell you guys, you ladies, I have a lot of respect for you guys. I think you guys are very beautiful, intelligent. You guys can be the greatest thing in a man's life, but you can also be the worst thing in your man's life. So you really need to just look at that, and you know what I mean? Just go back and reevaluate what's going on and find out what your man likes. You know what I mean? And it'd be that simple. Just find out what your man likes, and I'm pretty sure your relationship would be a lot better. So tapping out, man. All right, Keisha. All right, John.
John,
Right,
go
John.
ahead.
Hey, I'm with Boyd on this. Hey, it's a whole communication thing. Just be open to whatever your partner is saying and learn to understand what they talking and everything like that. And on my social media, I'm just usually on Instagram. I don't really mess with the Facebook no more. They be listening too much. But my Instagram is JJ2Funny15. That's 2 J's, the number 2 funny, and the number 15.
All right, everybody. And if you want to catch me on Fridays, I'll be on Ralph Cooper's Sports Court on 92.9 KCOH. That's HD number 2. Everybody tune in to the Greg Beatty Sports Court. That's a podcast on Wednesdays at 6:00 Central. Again, if you need your makeup done, go look up Ashley Hutchins on Facebook. You could probably find her in these comments. If you need something moved, go ahead and call up Harris Family Thrift. They're a thrift store, but they also have a moving company. They're out there in Riverside. They do a great job. If you're looking for any real estate in the Maryland, D.C. area, call Latasha French. She's here. You can catch her down in the comments. You can catch her on Facebook. She's wonderful with the real estate. She could answer any questions that you want. Give her a call. Tawan Corey Carr, go on his page and look him up. Add Dash Radio and tune in to Free Fire Radio on Friday for your best hip hop. And I want to thank F.E. Davis. FC Davis. She's been helping me. F.E. Davis. She's been helping me a lot with Soapbox Heroes. I want to give her a big shout out. I also want to say, while you're in Riverside, if you're in Riverside, California, go get you one of those Sir Charles cheesecakes. Look up Sir Charles Cheesecake Co. When I go to the house, I make sure I get me 4 or 5. I done had plenty. Jason could probably tell you the same. So make sure you go check that out. Once again, I want to tell everybody thank you. Please share. Please add on. Next week, we're going to do sexual harassment. It looks like we might need to do this again because this was fun.
I'm in on sexual harassment.
I bet you is.
All right.
Hey, let me throw one more thing out there. Hey, check out Humble Hoops 222 on Instagram at Humble Hoops 222. That's my brother's athletic wear. So if anybody's interested in that, go ahead and hit him up on that and see what kind of gear he got.
All right, and I want to thank Lo Nguyen. Robert Franklin, Billy Davis, I see you, boy. Latasha French, Ebony Gardner, everybody out there, I want to thank you guys. Riverside Rob, Sharon Davis. You know what? Without you guys, this wouldn't make any sense. But thank you guys. Thank you guys. And we'll see you next week. This was Soapbox Heroes. Hey, we're going to get off this psychiatry couch. This session is adjourned.
Bye.
Dudes.
All right.